Hey everyone, so today I'm going to do a quick review on this Predator Auger power head that I picked up at Harbor Freight. Now, I know a lot of people are skeptical about things from Harbor Freight, but I bought plenty of things from them in the past, and you know, they do what they need to do. I've never had any issues with things that I bought at Harbor Freight. Normally, I would go and probably get this at one of the other big box stores, but I have a couple of things that need to get planted today or within the next day. And no one seems to have an auger in stock within my price range. Now, you can go and find one for $500–600. I don't need that expensive stuff. So I went ahead and settled for this one. This is the one that I was able to get today and didn't have to wait for any shipping, delivery, whatever the case is, because I need to get things done today. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this and do a quick review and tell you what I think about this auger. Okay, so this is a Predator 2 horsepower 52cc gasoline auger power head. This is a power head right here. It's not too heavy. Actually a great weight for something of this size that I would expect. You also get a fuel mixing canister, and it comes with a 6-inch diameter bit. So some other augers that I've seen don't come with a bit. Some do, some don't, depending on the price and what you're willing to pay. And you also get this nice little tool bag. You're not gonna get the greatest tools anytime you buy, you know, things you put together like furniture, other barbecue pits, you know, other power tools as well. But for the most part, these tools right here are gonna get the job done of what needs to be done to put this thing together. Okay, so on the power head, you have a on-off switch here. You have the throttle right here, fuel canister. You also have a choke and a primer right here on the side. The grip seemed pretty decent. Possibly wear gloves when I use it so you don't tear up your hands as you're trying to dig some holes there, but that's the power head right there. And then again, the auger, it's a 6-inch. Now with the 6-inch, you could probably wiggle it around, get maybe 8 inches out of this. Any other bits you're gonna end up paying to get something bigger that you need for your garden, or if you're, you know, digging holes for posts or anything of that nature. So before you get started, you wanna make sure and inspect the rest of the power head to make sure there's nothing broken, nothing cracked, nothing that looks off. This looks okay. And then we want to add some gas in there. Now you want to add a gas that's mixed with a 2-cycle oil. Now I'm not going to mix that because I've already got a gas can here with that mixture that I use for our lawnmower. So I'm not needing to do that, but make sure you do this before using any power tools. Don't just put straight gas in there, because you may damage that equipment and have to return it within a few days of actually purchasing it. Okay, so I filled it up with gas. Not to get the bit on there, all I gotta do is remove the protective cover here. Remove the lock pin. And this is a fairly easy installation here. Just line up the 2 pinholes. Slip in the lock pin. And it's locked in place. Fairly easy to put together. Nothing crazy, nothing hard. And then now to get this started. All right, so to get this started, you're gonna wanna primer it about 3 to 4 times. Now you wanna set your choke to idle from a cold start. If it's already warm, you can start it in the open position, but we're gonna go ahead and start at the idle position since this is the first time starting it. Next thing you wanna do is put the switch into the on position. Pull the throttle once. All right, then you want to pull on the starter handle. So fairly easy to start. Didn't take me long, maybe about 4 or 5 pulls, and it started up right away. Now I left the choke on idle until it starts to warm up. Then you can put it to the run position, but idle should be good for a little bit till it starts to warm up. Then you can move it over to the run position. Now we're gonna move this over and start digging some holes so I can give you my full review of what I think about this power head auger. Okay, so nothing too crazy and exciting there about using the auger, but I did want to show you guys how it actually worked and if I was able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. And I didn't have to go too deep. Now, my issue here in this yard is not going to be roots. Some people do struggle with cutting through roots and hitting roots and getting it tangled. And the only thing I would say is this doesn't have a reverse, so you're not going to be able to back out of there. You're going to have to yank it out of there. Now, they don't suggest yanking it, but there's no other really way you're going to be able to get that out of there. My issue in this yard is rocks. I have a lot of rocks, clay soil and rocks. That's something that I'm going to be running into, but it beats the alternative of what I was using prior to this was a handheld auger with like a 4-inch bit. I was able to do what I needed to do, but it was tiring me out. It was more work than it actually needed to be, bending over pretty much the whole time. So it's putting a lot of stress on the back, a lot of stress on the arms. So it beats the alternative of using that by using this auger right here. So I will say that it works great. It works perfect. Now, if you run into any rocks or any roots or anything like that, make sure you don't have a really, really tight grip on there, because if it grabs something, it's gonna twist. There's a possibility of straining a wrist, breaking a wrist. So don't have a very tight grip, just very nice and firm. If you feel it grab onto something really, really tight, you wanna be able to let go of that quickly. But I will say overall, it's a great product. It's gonna work for what I needed to do. Now I can show you a video of doing all the other holes, which I still have about, I don't know, 14 holes to go. But I'm not gonna do that for the purpose of not making this video long. It's a quick review of how it works and what it does. And if you have any questions on it, please let me know. I can do an update later in the future, let you guys know how it's been doing for me, because I have plenty of other things that I want to do here in the garden. And again, it beats the alternative of using a handheld auger to do all these holes that I need to do here in our garden. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.